go live right now then. Back again. 2 shows this week.
Spoiling people.
Yep, free episode.
Free. Nothing in life is free.
Devon, a lot of people have already reached out with questions and concerns and comments and why is he doing this? So it's your floor, brother. Tell us what you got going on with this freedom stuff.
Awesome. Okay, guys. Freedom arm wrestling. It's by no means really a new idea here. Okay, I've stolen a lot of concepts from things that I know work, and I have a goal that I think it's a really good goal, and I'll share the whole idea with you guys. Right? So we all arm wrestle on these tables. Right? But I really think that still the majority of people are arm wrestling anywhere, everywhere, go to a school. Like, if you want this sport to really grow, we have to make it so that people can arm wrestle within a set of rules anywhere, and it's seen to be legit, right? You want to have a quick tournament right now, like you want it to blow up, you want to have a tournament right now at your workplace with everybody, you know the set of rules that you use. Okay, and it's freedom rules. Freedom rules are super easy and super general. Right? So first off, like, we've got a nice padded table, which is vital. Like, first thing, like, we don't want anybody getting hurt, right? That's why we have a nice padded table. But if you're doing it anywhere, all that matters is you protect your elbow, right? So that's on a regular table, you just put a t-shirt down or whatever, fold something up. And so the rules for starting a match, basically, like just a basic concept, is the whole, I want to minimize reffing. Okay, I want to minimize that referee. And I know that we're never going to get rid of it, especially at the higher level.
Sure.
Okay, what this sport looks like at the higher level and what it looks like more on the amateur side is a little bit different. Okay, so what I really want for everybody to kind of accept is the baseline, you're anywhere, both guys are just agreeing to start the match. That's it. You know, and that's the beginning of the whole thing. Is you come together, and I don't care where, I don't care. You're good, I'm good. We're nodding, we're acknowledging yes. Somebody says go. That's how you start the match. And I think anybody who's reffed a tournament or been involved with a match where that's been the case has found a deep level of you're very satisfied when that happens.
Sure.
Right. Okay. So. And then for winning, you got to touch, bang. You got to touch your knuckles right to the tabletop. Okay? Or hold off the edge for a 3 count. 1, 2, 3, winner. Okay? So that is the basics of it. Everything else is just pretty much stolen. Elbow fouls, running foul system. And this table surface is going to clean up something that's kind of a bit of a sticky point in the sport, and that's the whole dip below the table thing. You know, this table it's actually impossible. It's actually impossible to finish in a top roll where you're not connected with your shoulder. It's almost impossible because you're going to dip below, your elbow's going to lift, you're going to get a foul. Okay, so it will clean it up a bit. John, did you have a question?
No.
Oh, sorry, Josh.
I was actually saying shh to my son, but yeah, there's 100 questions people already ask. There's a lot of questions, but you finish your preamble, and then I'll ask you all these things.
Right. Okay. So it's running fouls. So that's all standard. You don't stop the match. You don't stop the match except for pins. Fast start. Well, there is no fast start because both guys are saying yes, and the referee just says go. So there should be a very minimum amount of fast starts in that system. But if a person was to fast start, that would the match would not continue to go.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a stop, and it would be a foul. It's a 3-foul system, and we are talking about. So now starts to get well. So this is an advanced, the advanced part of it. If you can't get a grip, it's a set grip, okay, and that's going to be determined by the referee. And the referees are going to set you about where your elbows would be on a regulation table, and with standard even, close the thumbs, close the hands, can't go over all that basic stuff that we can steal from the WAL league. I thought that was great. All slips go to straps. I'm going to start it with that, and we're using the double buckle strap. It's fair, but in no means is that you can't do this without the double strap.
Yeah.
We're going to do that in my events because I got them, but whatever strap you want to use, doesn't really matter. Now it starts to get interesting, okay? And now we start to open it up. So your elbow can go anywhere, right? Anywhere. And that's what starts to make it really wild. Now, I don't know how many people are familiar with Japanese arm sumo, but let me tell you, that sport is bigger than the sport that we play. Okay, it's bigger. I've watched it for years. I was introduced to it in '99, and it blew my mind. I was so impressed by it. I'm just like, the sport that we have, that's just got even more. Like, it's going to make your brain grow more. You got more retreats. You got more advances. You got, you can do anything, man. It's crazy. Okay.
That's a scary thought because, arm wrestlers' brains are already so huge and diverse. To make them grow more is kind of...
the smartest athlete that's ever lived, right?
Easily.
That's what I tell my wife. I'm like, don't question me.
All right, so we got like 3 people so far have asked. The first one was Corey Dupuis from Granite Arms, so I'll give him a little shout out about arm breaks, and is the break arm position more likely, and do you think that the combination of the size of the playing field and the depth at which you need to pin are going to result in more injuries?
Potentially. I don't know. I'll tell you, a lot of the things with the table that we have now are advancements that were made in order to prevent arm breaks.
Sure.
Okay? They made the high pin. They made the elbow pad to protect the elbow, offset pads, pin peg. All of these things were steps in order to help you. But what I believe is that they've become very restrictive. And I also believe that they haven't done anything really to prevent arm breaks. Because I feel like if you really want to stop that match, if you really, really want to win, and you're not going to win, you might just break your arm. And that's the sport.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's a great part of the sport, and that's one of the reasons why I love it. Because a lot of the champs, they are willing to go all the way. That's our knockout, right? And I'm okay with that. An arm break to me, if that's the worst thing, I mean, we're not dying. We're not dying here. We're not getting our brains punched out. We're not getting our backs broken. This is a contact sport. There are going to be injuries, and to think that this sport is safe, it's not. Okay.
Sure.
It's not. Get it out of your head. Okay. And you can do it safely.
Yeah, exactly.
Regular table, right?
Yeah.
You can't stop it, okay? You can't stop injuries in sport or in life, okay? But do you want to stop living? I'm telling you, this is fun, okay? If you think arm wrestling's fun, you are going to have more fun on this table. Let me tell you more, okay? Because there is more. So issues that we started having, because we've been playing with this thing for actively about 2 weeks now, okay? So not long.
Okay.
And we've already got a few rules that we're plugging in, okay? So it comes to table division, okay? The center line of the table, okay? And it's what's going on underneath it, okay? In terms of risers, okay? And I think guys can do whatever they want with that. You want to put bags, you want to put it, but it's all on your side of the table, Okay, you want to build up your side of the table, it's all yours. Build whatever you want. Build a wall. I don't care. Okay, you want to have a custom. You want to show up with a custom riser, so long as it doesn't cross over to the halfway portion, we're in business. The other portion, okay. Oh, sorry. Before I go on, so with your offhand, we're arm wrestling right hand. With your offhand, it can go anywhere, do anything. It cannot touch your competing arm. And it can never, ever touch your opponent in an unsportsmanlike fashion. Okay, no pushing, no punching, no slapping. If you ever touch someone, you know what I mean? Because it'll go there. Because I know the way people think, right? Any advantage through this rule system, they're gonna find it, right? So, yeah, if you touch somebody, you know, and I'll get into what's a foul, but. If you touch somebody in an unsportsmanlike fashion ever, it's just an ejection. Okay, you'll either be ejected from the tournament, the venue, or if you do something silly, you're out of the league, right?
Good.
But now there is going to be contact. Okay, there is potentially body contact in this league. Okay, because there is no elbow pad. Your whole thing is an elbow pad. The whole table is your playing field. And you are clear to do whatever you want with your feet. You can't kick people. That's unsportsmanlike as well. Another ejection. Okay? But you can move. Okay? I'm here for whatever reason. Say I want to come at you just like a beast. Okay? So I'm running around the left-hand side of the table just coming at you. Okay? We'll say I'm doing that. If I cross the center line of the table, you guys with me?
Yep.
So I'm right around that left-hand side, okay? If at any point there's body contact then, it's my foul because I've crossed into your territory.
Okay.
Okay, so now that's harder to protect than you might just now think. You might think, okay, as soon as somebody comes over, I'm just going to bump them. No, because you might lose in that process, you know, before you get the, okay? So, and you can go the other way as well. Anyways, your side that you're pinning on never changes, okay? So for arm wrestling right, I've always got this and this no matter where our bodies end up going, so it can get pretty funky. Okay.
Interesting.
It is. It's interesting. Now, I don't know if we're going to see a lot of that, okay? I've covered myself off with the rule system to prevent, you know, so that if we do go there, it's covered. I don't know. We have our debut event this Sunday, okay? So I'm really, really excited about it because I don't really know what we're gonna see.
Sure.
All right. Let me give you some ideas of things you might see because people are throwing all kinds of stuff out here. Rick North, who's a promoter down in Rhode Island, just pointed out that if someone built a custom riser, say something that looked like a skate ramp, and they could be pushing from the top of it, and that could potentially give a pretty big advantage.
That's great. Bring them.
And and then there's another question about: do you think that this particular style particularly benefits people with longer arms or longer levers because of the nature of the open playing field, so to speak, and being able to drag further?
Okay. Unfortunately, I'll tell you the truth, and I just think that arm wrestling does favor people with longer levers. Once you learn how to use them, I think. I mean, if somebody told me, Devon, you've got a choice. We're gonna make you 6 inches shorter or 6 inches taller. I'm gonna pick taller because I'm gonna be a better arm wrestler. You know.
Right. Yeah, things aren't fair. I mean, you know, basketball players are taller. It's just the way it goes.
Right. Be a better basketball player on this court with the higher baskets. Well, yeah, but you'll also be one on a shorter one as well. You know.
There's a lot of people saying this sounds crazy. Some people are saying this sounds interesting. Let's see. Australia seems to be on board so far, so that's
those guys are crazy, so they're right with me, of course, right?
Here's a question. What about, I was thinking about this when you said the entire playing field is your elbow pad, and when your elbow comes off, it's a foul, running foul. What happens to the King's move? Foul.
It's a foul. Same thing, your elbow came off, it's a foul. So you guys know how the running foul works. You get one foul, you're not winning. You're not winning that round. The other guy then, he's on power play. He wants to stop the match. He doesn't want to play on. Just lift your elbow and let your arm go down. You get yourself a restart. You can choose, or you think you're still in it, stay in it and fight. And if the guy doesn't correct his foul, like within referee's discretion, like his elbow's off, foul. You don't fix it, foul. You don't fix it, foul. You're done.
Gotcha.
Okay, so it's the same system we're already using.
One thing that you said these tables would have as part of the architecture, which I thought was really cool, was the lights on each person's side, so that you're basically going for your grip, if I understand it correctly, and when you feel comfortable, you press this button, it turns your light on. Yeah. And if the other guy does the same thing and both lights go on at the same time, then the referee will say go. That's
the really cool thing, right? Because you are saying that you are good to go. And what I'm hoping is, so I'm hoping two things. For one, I think that there's some things. Look, I love arm wrestling like crazy, but I hate that the policeman has such a big role. You know, it's not about him. It's about you and me. That's it. It's about you and me and sorting it out. And I think that this takes it more there. I'm trying to pull it that direction. It lets us talk to each other, because this guy doesn't say a thing. He doesn't say, the only thing he ever says during that setup is go, or you're done, we're moving to sec rip.
Yeah.
Okay, he doesn't say anything. So what that means is we get to talk. Hey buddy, what are we doing here? We gonna start in the straps? What do you want to do? You want to hook? You want to start fair? Do you think that's fair? I'm good there. Are you good there? Yes. Lights green, both sides, bang, start it up. I think that's beautiful. And I know that know that there's going to be a lot of arm wrestlers with skill that are they're just not going to push the button or whatever. And what the referee's looking at, just so it's clear to everybody, you're not going to be able to trick this, like, so he's holding the light, I touch the light and let's go. No. What the referee's looking for is 2 sustained lights with negligible movement, okay? So we can be rolling around it, but if both our lights are sustained, he's going to call it. It's not like a flicker, okay? And like, I'm already looking past this. Like, I want the system to be like an at-home version where, you know, we can do some programming and make the time like a random elapse. So, like, both are pushed, and there's a random elapse between, you know, 1 and 5 seconds. You know, and then we don't need and that way you and your buddies can play without a referee all night. But that's going to take some programming, and we'll get that out. But you know, this has got to be proven first. That this even works.
Sure. Yeah.
Here's a question from your buddy Chris Gabi about whether or not there's going to be drug testing in the Freedom League.
No.
He claims that Mike Aiello sent that question in.
All your buddies, all those crazy meatheads, we want them. Steroids don't matter in arm wrestling anyways. You crack those. Yeah. You're going to see that, and you're going to see that pretty soon.
Well,
no disrespect.
Right, disrespect.
I love everybody.
I think the lights thing is really cool. I think that our table should have stuff like that. I think that the ready go is something that's manipulated and changes so much ref to ref that it's an area of the weakness in our sport anyway. Chris is very happy that he can now inject everything into his body. So that's good.
I feel like, am I going to get in trouble for this? Like, Chris, this is not me giving you permission, okay? You're not a minor. Okay?
Right. Just Chris, just take this as like it's a freedom of however you want to do, whatever you want to do.
It's a Freedom League, so it's well named.
Whatever, man.
How about Evan wants to know shoulder foul for contact in a press?
So shoulder can cross center. What does he mean? So he means, can the arm?
Yeah, I'm guessing it's the same rules today.
I'm assuming, yes.
No, that's going to be the same. Like, you can't do this, stuff. Yeah. You can't do that, okay? It still can't come in contact, but your shoulder can cross center. So right. That's gone. But no, you can't trap it with your big fat gut, Evan. You can't do one of those, okay? Do you guys know that Evan, actually, his chin is not that big?
Oh no.
Yeah. No, it's not as big as you think
it's all illusion.
Yeah, I saw him yesterday, and like Evan's always got this big beard.
Yeah.
It's very small underneath there.
Oh, Evan.
Once he shaves it away.
Buddy.
Evan just gave you an expression of love. Leave it at that. So there's several questions about other rules. Let me just ask you this. Are there any other rules of the standard rules that we have other than the ones that you mentioned that will be different? I mean, there's people asking, can I have both feet off the ground? Do I still have to have 1 foot on the ground?
That's all good. No, you can do whatever you want with your feet. There's no foot rule other than no unsportsmanlike conduct. You can't be booting people under the table. If it's considered an intentional like sweep or kick or anything like that, you're gonna get a potential ejection. There is gonna be contact with the feet, which may only be called if you cross sides. Okay, you cross sides. You can do a person. Okay. For
the rest grip, is it 30 seconds? Is it 60 seconds?
Now I'm gonna tell you. Sorry. For the ref grip.
Yeah.
For the grip, I think that probably throughout the event we'll go 30, and then the finals I'll probably let it go longer, probably 60. I just want to say as a disclaimer right now, this is a first draft, okay?
Yeah.
And I've got television studios lined up. We're gonna start filming these. Things are going really good here in Ottawa. Like we're gonna be trying to get some higher level promotion and production out of these events. So think of this one as like a trial, okay? Like we're shaking out the cobwebs. By the time we get September 17th is our first filming one.
Okay.
So by then I want to have my rules squared away so when we get there it's not like, what it's going to be this weekend.
Yeah, you don't want to discover things on the filming day. It's going to take a few of them to kind of go, oh, we didn't think of that.
Right.
Oops.
I'm glad because I got Evan down the road and he's really really good at cracking any code that we throw out there. So yeah. So I mean, me just saying the rules already. Evan's like, Evan's drilling through all these things. So I know he's already thinking about that foot rule that I talked about. So he's like. So I'm not 100% like on the foot rule. I'm gonna say that maybe the foot rule underneath the table has to be instant. Like you can't kick somebody on when they're on your side of the table. You know what I mean? Because I know he's thinking that, because I'm thinking it.
So here's a question from Romania, which is interesting, from Andreas. He's asking about a person who basically only trains cupping and wrist curling so that they can prevent their actual hand from touching the table and just, basically sit there and wear people out and then come back from that position, which I think would be pretty hard to do anyway. But I mean, I think we've all had, played around with people and not been able to actually touch their knuckle to the table.
I think that's brilliant, and I think that's 100% going to work, and he should come to the tournament.
From Romania.
I think it's that simple.
Up on the plane.
It's that simple. It's got to be that simple. Look it, the cup is the king. Everybody knows it. The cup is the king.
Is the cup going to be the new king's move in this league? Is what he's saying. This is bullshit.
Boom. I remember doing that. In grade 5. Me and Mark McKinnell, right on the table. And it's not down. It's not down.
Exactly.
It's down. It's down. You know what? This is going to be a league where people are like, anybody who pulls in this league, if you're pulling them outside the league, just know they're going to can opener you, right?
You're right.
Because it's all going to be right. You get in that thing and you're rolling out of it. So you're right. You're going to have to get. I'm telling you, this to be a good freedom arm wrestler. I'm going to tell you right now, you are going to be more technical. You are. I'm telling you, from what I've seen, from what I've played with, right away, guys get on this table and they're like, "Oh my God!"
Getting interviewed by some guy on the street over here.
It's so much bigger. It's so much bigger. Like you can stop matches in so many different ways. There's, I'm telling you, I'm really happy about it. I think you guys are going to be too. I think.
How long has this idea been percolating in the back of your mind?
It's 99. I've been playing with it since '99. When I think it was '99 or 2000. I went to Tokyo. I went to Tokyo and did the World Championships. And after the tournament, they brought out their arm sumo table and they did a demonstration. And I was with Troy Eaton and Mike Gould, and I was like, what is that? Because I had only like a few years in arm wrestling at that point. I'm like, what is going on there? Like, oh yeah, let's try it out. And I got on that table, and I was still new with arm wrestling, and I was like, wow. And the thing is don't get me wrong, it's still arm wrestling, okay? Like, all the stuff you're doing right now, it's all still gonna work, okay? But that, 5% on the end is where all the differences are. So I saw it then, and I've been playing with it just because, look, I do a lot of arm wrestling.
Right.
We noticed.
Right, but I don't do it on arm wrestling tables. Like, I'll arm wrestle anywhere. So I've been doing freedom arm wrestling anyways, right? And I tried it a few years ago to make the table. I tried it about a year ago to make the lights. I proposed that this is what we should do for the WAL, and it was rejected.
Surprisingly, yeah.
Right? But but now I've got I'm in a place, and Freedom Mobile is helping me out with this, right? So they're like, we'll help pay for this stuff, and we'll help get you going. So
yeah, I remember seeing an interview with you a long time ago. I think you were in Arm Wars, and I think Gary Roberts was interviewing you, and you were talking about this. So
I'm telling you guys, it's amazing. It's amazing. Anybody who really loves arm wrestling for the arm wrestling part of it, not just the strength part of it, is going to really enjoy this league. It's a bigger mat, guys. It's a bigger mat.
Yeah, and kicking around the idea we talked about before, like could this possibly create more injuries? I'm thinking about it. And really, it can almost prevent injuries as well, because you're not restricted to the 7-inch wide spot that kind of puts you in horrible positions. So
it's going to prevent, and I just don't think you're going to change the injuries in arm wrestling.
Yeah,
I don't think, right? On this table, if I really want to win, I can break my arm. On the old table, if I really want to win, I can break my arm.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, and I think too, because we talk about the angles of this break arm position. I'm not even sold on that really. But, if you can move your elbow along with that arm,
Exactly. You got chances before it goes there, for sure.
Yeah, according to what we commonly view these things, it can actually keep you safer.
And I agree with that. But at the end, you're still going to go through it.
Yeah.
It's going to keep you safer here, but once you get to here...
Well, yeah, and then you got to introduce everything else, like you said. It's a dangerous sport. Sorry. It's sports.
Yeah. This is the most friendly of the combat contact sports.
Hell yeah!
Just these guys.
Let's see what we got here. All these questions. Somebody keeps posting that they uploaded the video you wanted them to upload about the table, although they haven't given me a link, so I don't. But it's up there somewhere. Somewhere on the mysterious internet, you can find a video about this table.
Oh,
from Team. Yeah, from Team Brutal.
You can go on my YouTube channel.
Is there one with people actually arm pulling on it?
Not yet.
Not yet. So that's this weekend, right?
Yeah, we'll do this weekend. We'll film a ton of it. We'll put it out.
Is there one behind you can show everybody, or is it in a different room?
Oh man, it's in another room.
Oh, it's in another room, guys. You're out of luck. You're gonna have to wait till this weekend.
It's beautiful, guys. Just check it.
He put up a video of it. Your video was pretty good, and it was interesting. I'm really looking forward to seeing the footage of it, because it's one thing. I know you guys have been playing around with it and stuff, but it's one thing when it's serious and everybody's competing. I'm curious to see what kind of angles people are going to try, and whether people are going to climb around the opposite side of the table and press from that direction, or what other kind of stuff they're going to come up with.
Well, that's kind of it. Unless you guys got questions. And you got me on here if you guys want to ask me anything, I'm game.
Well, like 75 people have asked about Cyplinkov. So if you want to talk about that, you're welcome to throw that. I don't know if you got anything planned yet or if anything's...
Kill that guy. I'm going to kill him. I'm gonna beat him. It's going to look worse than when I beat Pushkar. Everybody is like, in Russia, they're like, oh, that Larratt, I can't even do my Russian
That was
accent.
pretty good.
He's too small. He's too small. He's too small. Anyways, I'm gonna bleed him. I'm gonna make him look bad.
Is that a 6-round format?
I'll tell you, it has not been actually locked down.
Okay.
Yeah.
What it's gonna look like, but I know. Here's what I know. Dennis has said he wants the match. Okay? I want the match. I am committed to going after that super heavyweight world crown again. Okay? I am going for it. And Dennis, to me, he's the guy. Dennis is the guy who, if they put $1 million on the line, I think a lot of people still think Dennis is going to win.
Sure.
You know, I think he's honestly still rather untested. I think his motivation is questionable at times. But I think in terms of being a pure specimen, I think that he's the greatest, you know, freak in the sport. So I want to destroy him, you know?
Yeah. Right, and I mean, if you're going after the #1 spot, like you have before, I mean, this is nothing new to you going after that spot. Then why wouldn't you pick out that guy?
Yeah. So I think that no matter what, it's going to happen this winter, and there are a whole bunch of options right now that we're finalizing, and a lot of them look really good. And the main considerations for me are the production of it. Like, I really want it to be properly captured.
Yeah.
And we've got a few people who have some good proposals, but if it comes down to it, and if it's like February and it still hasn't happened, I'm getting on a plane and I'm going knocking on his door and I'm going to have my okay. So, yeah.
Let's see. A couple people are asking questions of what weight are you going to be at? Jonathan wants to know.
You know, I'm going to get into uncharted territory, I think. I don't put on weight quite as pretty as I used to, I've found. Something about being 42, I think. But I'm almost, right now, I'm almost already at my old fighting weight when I was super heavyweight. Yeah. You know, when I was, 2008, right. 2009. I'm almost there already. I wake up right now at like 241 and eating like a good piggy. I'm up to like 248 at night. Okay. And I'm telling you, if I see 250 when I wake up in the morning, everybody's in big trouble. I'll be a bit smaller, okay? And it's not going to be like a 250. It's going to be more like a, 250.
Big,
like
a big power belly.
A little bit lower. I'm okay. But I think it's not going to be as heavy as I can be. I don't care what I look like.
Yeah.
I'm eating potatoes. I'm my wife's making fun of me. I don't know. This is going to be a true test of love here. I don't know. It might just be Devon come April.
So bringing up Jody.
The more weight you have, yeah.
Bringing up Jody. How's Jody's recovery going?
Oh yeah.
She's going to be stronger than ever.
Right.
It's tough after surgery.
Yeah, I'm going through a similar thing right now with my left shoulder. So.
You think your life's over. You're depressed.
It's the worst thing ever.
Terrible, right?
You hate your husband.
Right?
Is that the shoulder?
We've all been there. Unfortunately, it's Jody's turn right now, so the whole house is falling apart. But it's good. She'll be fine. Give her. I'm gonna say give Jody a month and a half, 2 months, and she's gonna be moving properly. And then give her a year and a half, and she'll be. It's 4 years, she's gonna be world champ.
There you go.
Freedom Arm Wrestling.
I like that. In the Freedom League.
So maybe you can maybe is Devon and Dennis gonna happen on the Freedom Arm Wrestling table?
Okay, what's that?
Devon versus Dennis on the Freedom Arm Wrestling table. How about that?
That could happen. If this blows up, I'm telling you, I'm pushing hard, okay? Look, I'm just trying to make things happen all the time. And you never know what hits. That's what I've found. Like, the craziest thing man, if somebody comes up to me tomorrow and they're like, Devon, I love your concept. Let's make this big. Let's get Dennis over here and do it on it. You think I'm going to say no?
No, right. Yeah, I mean, all these things sound like, all these things sound crazy at first, but, someone's got to try it. Like, it's the same thing with Ryan Bowen and Justin Bishop. Everybody's calling this guy crazy for wanting to do that. Like, you're not going to pay anything.
Speaking of that.
And then, he goes out and gets the money, and guess what? Justin's flying over to Australia for free, and he's going to take home money. So it all sounds crazy, but then someone goes out and does it, and then it doesn't look so crazy anymore.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
By the way, Ryan Bowen wants to know what your prediction is between him and Justin Bishop.
Well, I'll tell you, initially, so I know them both quite well, and I'm big fans of both of them. So,
and they're both watching
when you
right
like
now.
A personal attachment to people, and you're like, you don't want to piss them off, but I'll piss people off. I don't care. I piss people off. So I'll give you what I think. At first, I thought Justin was a major favorite. Okay, for a couple of reasons. One, I just really believe that the North American level is still way ahead of the Australian level. I think that they're still like 3 or 4 years. Okay, I think in 3 or 4 years, the nation of Australia is going to be devastating. Okay, but I think we're still a little bit. Their guys still don't have quite enough hits yet. They're good, but you need to break down, come up, and
sure,
they're doing that. But I still think so. Justin's ahead in experience and just where he was brought up. Blue has gotten a bit fat.
Yeah.
Right. He's not that 165, Ethiopian guy he was trying to be, when I knew him. And when I knew him, he was already really strong. And he's super smart. He's super technical. Works like a dog. So, man, now I'm all screwed up. Now I don't know what to think. Like, they got some really bad guys down there. And he is one of them. So we'll see. I'm excited. I think it's going to be a great match.
I think more and more people are feeling the same way. I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot closer than some of the people who are, like thinking the way maybe Devon was before, where we were thinking about this 170-pound guy. I think it's going to be a lot closer than people think, and I also think that the 6-round format's going to be maybe a table turner on that.
You know what I love so much though, is I love the intensity these kind of independent kind of money kind of puts on things, like the pressure. It's not like, oh, drive over, you get 500, I get 1,000. Like, how is it working? Are they betting?
I don't know.
They're splitting money. Ryan was on last week. He said they're splitting money so that they're gonna both get something regardless of what happens. You
know what I love? I love it when there's a winner, but I think that it's very important that there's a loser too. Like, in terms of my viewing pleasure, I don't necessarily be a loser, so it's hard to get those guys to step up. But I love to watch when I know somebody can lose something. Yeah.
I hear you. All right, let's see. Any thoughts about Trubin? Is he on your radar as well?
Yeah, of course. Everybody knows who the top Europeans are. I mean, they're pretty well broadcast. They have they've obviously got a long roster underneath them. Trubin's a bad dude.
Over 300 pounds right now.
Yeah, I saw. He's always posting pictures of himself in bikini. Always in the water, that guy. Every time at waterfall or beach, it looks like he's living a good life, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does look like he's living a good life, which is good for him.
Bulldozer strong. Gotta be bulldozer strong. I want to pull all these.
Yeah, and very unorthodox as far as the angles he chooses, and some of the diversity of his pulling style is a little rare on that side of the planet. So it's kind of nice to see. Yeah.
Oh, I think those Kazakhs, I think that part of the world, there's a lot of diversity. Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's the same as it used to be.
Yeah, it's starting to grow.
Since we have you in prediction mode, what are your thoughts on Todd's chances at Zloty?
So I don't know if he's in Zloty. He's having a super match with Pushkar, right?
Right.
Yeah, and he's winning 6-0.
I like that. I like that. You don't think Pushkar's going to get 1 or 2 off him just through pure speed?
No.
Interesting. That's a badass prediction.
Well, that's a mix. That's an oil and water mix-up, if you ask me. You know.
Here's the thing. Look, Pushkar is the baddest guy in a tournament. Actually, well, unless he runs into Michael.
Yeah.
You know, Pushkar drills people, like makes everybody look like chumps, and that they're not even there until the match gets stopped.
Right.
At least this is the Pushkar that. Okay, his strength is an ace of spades. Okay, Michael's maybe like a queen of spades, but he stops that match, and it's
right.
Is it over?
Well, Pushkar's direction, just his lane, his groove there is very, very, yeah. To do that to Michael with his style is like you're just going into right where Michael wants, really, and if you do that once and then you got to do it 5 more times, that's no
Michael
good.
is gonna be crazy. The only thing that worries me with Michael is I see Rebecca posting that they're talking about CrossFit. Get that
right. Get him as fat and big as can. Yeah.
Don't do CrossFit.
Don't even take the stairs.
Don't jump around. Don't do your jumping. Don't bench heavy.
Yeah.
Don't do heavy. Nothing. Just stay healthy. Arm wrestle with Bruce and eat potatoes, and you're gonna win.
That's it. It is true.
I don't think,
that guy should cardio should be like a nightmare for him.
No, and just going back like 2 years, I think Michael was ready to take that world title about 2 years ago, and then he started to get all like feeling amazing and getting in that spot, and he started to bench heavy and do heavy deads, and he blew his pec and he blew his line.
Right.
You can't be doing that, man. You can't be. Stay focused, Michael. Stay focused. Wrist, light, no jump. Potatoes. Rebecca.
Potatoes.
It's like 4 steps.
Potatoes. Dude, take a walk, man. What the hell?
This is a multi-level interview here.
$10.
That's what I get for being on the front porch.
Pay you $10 if you fight him and put it on the air.
Please do it, Josh.
$10.
That's not enough. I need more than that.
$20.
Yeah. Oh, now we're talking. All right, let me see. As I miss any important questions here, let me check through here. All right, while I'm looking through questions, do you have any plans to do any of the big North American events this year, like Arnold's or any of the bigger?
I don't know if you've noticed, but I've arm wrestled every single weekend for like the last 3 or 4. Okay. If there's an event,
true,
and I think that I can get to it, I'm going. Okay. I retired from the military.
Right.
Okay. I was locked up in a WAL contract. I now can travel. I can do what I love to do. Okay. I plan on arm wrestling every single weekend that I can. So I'm arm wrestling every single weekend. I'm at an event. I'm hosting an event. I'm doing a seminar. I'm doing something. From now until I can't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I think that's amazing. I think it's awesome. I hope you go to Arnold's. It's not going to be that far for you because I think it's in Ohio, obviously. So that would be a good one for you to go to. Yeah. I guess some international guys. Trubin was there last year. Right. What about Jesus Christ? I can't pronounce this guy's name, man.
Oh boy.
Convinia Gennady.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes. I don't know him.
What do they call him? The Wolf.
The Wolf, yeah. I know what he looks like. Awesome. Okay. I know him now. I see his face.
Very aggressive. Aggressive young man.
He's being brought up as an opponent for you as well, so
Love
get him
him
on the list.
Love him. Oh, my God.
All right, I got one technique question. Go ahead. If you're about to say something, go ahead.
No, that guy's... I would love to pull Gennady. That guy has a heart, that fills up his whole chest.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. what a crazy warrior.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've seen videos of him. I didn't recognize his name, but now that I see his face. All right, here's one technique question from Luke, who's on Team USA and coming with us to Budapest in a few weeks. Do you have any techniques that you drill to practice hitting straight through to the pad? So in other words, driving somebody that extra couple inches instead of just doing the typical hit that most of us get.
Not really. No.
There you go.
I'm not. Okay. The way I see it is, if I'm pinning you quickly, I'm way ahead. Like, yeah, like all the hard techniques are stopping you from getting pinned. I think if like the technique for me to smash you. Okay, the key to smashing a guy is knowing you're good before you start, right? You want to smash a guy, have all your angles covered off, feel his hand out, right? Do that little hand ESP, get a good feel of his wrist, get a good feel of his rotator. You feel something, you're going to be able to take that whole thing right to the pad. You feel it, then you're clear to engage fully. But if you don't feel it and you engage fully, you're going to have one of those nice little potential injuries, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm not a big fan of drilling a guy right to the pad unless I know it. So I'll try and drill it. I'll try and drill you to here,
Right. Hit to position, not hit to the pad more.
And if that goes, I'm in business,
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right, I think we got all the big questions in, sir. I don't know if you have anything else you wanted to add. Last few words about the Freedom Table. Everybody, videos are going to be coming this weekend. A lot of people asking about that, but the first event is this weekend, so you got to wait a couple more days.
Thanks so much for having me on the show, guys.
Oh yeah, man, no problem.
Hey, love what you guys do. Keep up the good work.
Right back at you, brother.
Sir. All right.
All right. Good night, everybody. Thanks for the special show.